Welcome to the Second Brain for Moms. My name is Jessica, and this is a Notion template I created. This actually has different versions. There's a Second Brain for Dads and a Second Brain for Families, or it'll be named a Family Planner or the Ultimate Family Planner. These are actually all the same template. So if you bought one of the other planners and the cover is different, you can know it is the same template. However, the aesthetic parts of it, the customization with the covers and some of the icons may be different. But otherwise it is the exact same planner and will work the same way for you. This planner was created and this template was created to kind of be a one-stop second brain for you to store everything you need to know and use for yourself and for your family. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of a second brain is a digital database where you can kind of download everything that's in your head into a digital form, so that way you're not forgetting things. We just see and hear so much information every day, and it is next to impossible for us now to keep all of that in our head. We end up forgetting it, and this gives you a place and a way to store all of these items. So this one is set up to operate as a digital planner within Notion, and also with loads of other hubs you will see over here on the left in the navigation section that will give you additional places to store other things. You can put content here. You can plan your summer. You can plan travel. You can organize your home. You can declutter. You can do anything you want to within this template. And I'm going to show you how to use it and also how you can customize it for you. This first page is your dashboard. Right here is your daily to-dos. I'm going to show you right here. If you click these little three buttons, it'll show you the source, and that is going to be the source for whatever is in this database, and that is the Second Brain task list. This is going to show you your to-do list. If you ever want to filter it, to only show certain items, mainly dates, you can do that here by clicking date, and you can filter it that way. This right now is going to show all of your to-dos. It is not filtered to just show today's to-dos, but it is meant to do that because you can put a date on whatever it is that you're trying to do. Over here you have a brain download section. This is another database. You click right here, you can see it's the Second Brain download. The reason I'm showing you those database names is those are repeated throughout the template. So as you make additions here or throughout it, they should appear everywhere. A brain download is where you're going to sit and just freeform, get everything out of your head. There's no template within these sections. This is basically just going to be a blank page where you can write. A brain download is something you'd use. You may use it periodically. You may do it every day. You may do it once a month, once a week, however you want to, but it'll be a time where you just need to get a lot of stuff out of your brain into paper to free up brain space. You're going to do that here. And that also is going to be repeated in the productivity tab. Right here's your meal planner. This meal planner, this database is your Second Brain weekly meal planner. I'm going to show you the meal planning hub. And here is going to show meals that you've selected for this week. As you see, there's days of the week, there's dinners, there's types of food it is. And that appears here. Here's your food journal. You can type in your food, the meal, the date you ate it, calories, carbs, protein. This part is going to be completely customizable because everyone kind of tracks different things. And so I'll show you when we get to the food journal part exactly how to fix that for yourself. Here is your wellness tracker and your daily journal. Your daily journal is repeated multiple times throughout this template, and we'll go through that in the wellness section. In the center, we have your master calendar. We have a habit tracker, your Second Brain main shopping list. There's an entire shopping hub I'm going to share with you, your monthly shopping list, and your family database. This family database only lives here. And here you have a child. You can customize here. You can add properties. You can put the name, the birth date. And here I have free write. You can write whatever you need to. And also here is a great place to embed documents. So if you hit /embed, you can embed documents. So if someone has sports documents or things like that, or school documents that you need, you can import all of those here so everything is in one place. Also here I listed the content database. We'll go through the content hub. This is really meant to store things you want to read, watch, listen to. This can be podcast shows, movies, whatever. So let's start here with the planning section. So when you get to the planning hub, we have a little bit of a description here and exactly how to use the planning hub. And here we have the daily planning page. This is going to auto load with your master calendar It's going to put it into a list form, and over here you also see it in calendar form. This database and this database are the same, but here it's going to put, this is what you need to do, these are the things that are on your to-do list today, and if you enter things here or here, they're going to go back and forth because this is the same database. And here is that same task list we looked at before, your Second Brain task list. This one is filtered to only show to-do list items for today. Next up, we go to your Second Brain habit tracker, which we'll go through in the productivity hub, how to use that. We also have a link to your meal planner and your daily journal. Those are the same things you saw on your dashboard. So if you wanted to live here in your daily planner page, most of the time you could do that. As you'll see here, you have links to the other hubs. And here, if you'll see some drop downs, some brief descriptions on what to do. Next up, you have your weekly planner page. This is going to serve the same thing. If you prefer a weekly planning, a look at your week, that is the way I like to function. You can do that here. If you see here that you have this calendar, you can actually select a view for it. So you can say show calendar by. Obviously, we're going to show it by date, but when you go here, show calendar as, you can do a week or a month. So if you want to just limit it to a week, you can do that here, and it's just going to show you your week. Again, as you see this right here, we have like a larger section, and then we have this kind of what appears as a sidebar. If you ever want to make that bigger, just drag it. That is as simple as that is to change. Down here, we have the same habit tracker, the weekly view of the calendar, which here we are showing it in a monthly view, and that's the reason. Kind of have a way so you can see both the week and the month. I just wanted to show you how to change that. And then here we have the weekly view. If you want to switch these out and have the weekly view here and the monthly view here, all you have to do is change that view function. And again, the meal planner and the daily journal. So if you're more comfortable with a weekly setup, this is where you would live. The monthly setup here, you're going to have a few more items. Here we have your monthly calendar. This is going to show in a month. Your journal, and in here we added the notes, the brain downloads, and some links to your goal planner and your inspiration hubs. These are different hubs that I'm also going to show you when we go through each individual hub, but here you have a lot more on your monthly planner page. So if you wanted to function out of your monthly planner page, this is going to have a lot more links to you. Or if you're just someone who likes to sit down and plan your month all at one time, you can do that on this page. Up here you do have a link to your financial hub. You can have your entire calendar. And here's just a note section. This is, again, just going to be blank pages where you can take notes. Here, again, in the brain download. And then here, we'll go through the goal planner. But your goals are going to be listed here, as is your inspiration. And we have your books, your reading goals, your exercise tracker, and your wellness tracker. And this is just to give you more of a complete look at your month and anything that you're trying to do. So again, you can go back to your Second Brain and you can function over here. Also remember there's links up here, or you're going to have a sidebar off to the left if you choose to view that sidebar. That sidebar can be hidden or it can be shown. Next, let's go to the food and meal planner in your Second Brain. This is going to give you an overview of this entire hub, and I'm going to show you how this works. So a great place to start right here is your recipe box. So your recipe box is just that. It is just recipes. You can pin recipes to here using Notion Web Clipper. I highly recommend that you do that. If you're on a website, you just do that and store your favorite recipes here. Then this perpetual grocery list does a couple things. So your perpetual grocery list is, as you'll see the drop down tells you here, it's everything you want to keep on hand food-wise. So the great thing to do about a perpetual grocery list is you can constantly check your stock and update regularly. So if you want to make this part of your weekly routine, or maybe bi-weekly or even monthly, you can go through and say, I always need to have bread on hand. Do I need this or do I not? And, I always want to have milk on hand. These things are in stock. When you put in stock, that means you have it in your house. And then you can really get into bigger things, maybe staples, things that you don't buy very often. For instance, I don't buy flour very often. So if I buy flour and I put it in stock, I'm going to have that for several months. And so that's what you can do. And the great thing about this perpetual shopping list is once you fill all that out, this is your pantry inventory. So what we put here, this is the same perpetual grocery list right here. is going to show up here in pantry inventory. So let me show you how this works. So once you fill out the perpetual grocery list, which you can do here in the page I just showed you, or you can also do it here, you're going to be able to sort these items and see what you have on hand. The beauty of this is you're at the grocery store, and if you've been keeping this list up, you're going to know what you have on hand. So right here's your perpetual grocery list. This one has 3 different sections that are filtered. So in need is going to be anything on your perpetual grocery list that you have put in a status of need. That means something you need to buy. Then low stock is going to appear here. One of the statuses you can pick is low stock. So yes, I have this on hand, but I don't have very much of it. And then items you have in stock are going to be things that you've labeled as these are things that we have this week. Then you pop over here to your pantry inventory, and right here, it's going to show you anything that is in stock or low stock. So this is going to be things that you have on hand. So when you're not quite sure, you're at the grocery store and I'm not quite sure if I have chickpeas, or I'm not quite sure if I have arugula, you can look right here and see what you have in stock. Next up, we're going to go to your meal planner. This is right here, you'll see a drop down that will explain the databases and how they work. Your grocery list is going to live here as well. Now, I will tell you that is different than your perpetual grocery list. And your perpetual grocery list are going to be things that you need to keep on hand all the time. This is your individual grocery list. The difference kind of between those are going to be perpetual grocery list, things I use all the time and I constantly need to keep in stock. I know that my family eats, 8 bananas a week, and I know that we need 2 gallons of milk a week, or I know that we need oat milk, and I know that we need creamer, and all those things. Those are going to live on your perpetual grocery list. This is going to be things that are specific to the meal plans. So I want to show you how to do this. So if you have a recipe in your recipe box, this is going to be that same that I already showed you. That recipe box is going to appear here. And right here, you're going to create your meals. Okay. If you see right here, you have properties where you can pick the day and the meal. You also can pick how long it takes to cook. Okay. So here's a recipe that I imported from Pinch of Yum. This is one of my favorite food blogs. You go in here and it actually puts the whole recipe in here for you. Now, granted, we know that everyone writes about their meals kind of to an extreme degree, so you always can go in and just manually back all this out and delete it and just keep the recipe. But it is, Notion Web Clipper is going to put the whole article in there, so just keep that in mind. If you don't want all this, just go in and delete it. Then right here, your the photograph that appears right here in the thumbnail needs to be the first image. So if you clip an item from Notion Web Clipper and perhaps the recipe shows up and then the picture is down here at the bottom, all you'll need to do is grab these 6 little dots and just drag it to the top so that it appears as the thumbnail. Okay, but here's a chopped green goddess salad. I think this looks great and I want to have this week. Right here, you can copy and paste those ingredients and put them right here on your grocery list. I often will just copy those and paste those into my grocery list and then go in and I'll edit anything down that I know that I already have on hand. So I want to put that into my meal plan for this week, okay? The best thing to do right here is click these 3 dots and hit duplicate. All that's going to do is give you the same listing again, and then you can drag it up here. Once you drag it to your weekly meal planner, select it, and then you're going to pick the meal. So I'm going to eat this for lunch on Wednesday. And the prep time is already entered in because that came from there, and I tagged it other things. So you can crack these tags here. So like a go-to meal, and I'll explain go-to meals in a minute. Quick and easy, vegan, breakfast, lunch, dinner, healthy, vegetarian, low carb. Anything else that you need to label it. If you need to label gluten-free, you need to label anything, you can do that here. And then you'll see right here it says that I'm going to eat that for lunch on Wednesday. Okay, so here's a gallery view. If you go to the table view, it's going to list them that way. You can sort things by the date if you want to. And then here's going to be board view, which is going to show you by lunch or dinner, your dinners and your lunches throughout the week. Now, another great way to do board view, and I want to show you this, is how you're going to sort it. So you're going to have this board, and you want to group it by, let's say, so that's grouping it by meal. Let's just say you don't want to group it by meal. You want to group it by day. You're going to click right here and put day. And then you see how it created Friday, Monday, these dates. For some reason, they don't show up in the correct chronological order. But that's just because Notion doesn't recognize that that's a day indication unless we put in a date function, which we don't want to do. We want to just do this as a property. So here you're going to be able to see that. Another great thing to talk about is customization of these boards. So this board you see right here is not showing the picture. It's not showing a card preview. So right here, if we want to show those thumbnails, we're going to hit page content and have it show us the page content. Also, the card size you can change. So if you want it to be smaller so you can kind of see everything on one screen, that's fine. If you want to fit the image, you can do that. You don't really want to fit the image on these. And then you can group them however you want to. And then here you'll even see color columns. It'll color code the columns for you. So they're all, and that's true of all these databases, they're really easy to fix them and have them work however you want them to. So that is your meal planner. Then let's talk about, we'll do your food journal next. So your food journal is just, you can here in these properties, if you want to track your food, if you're somebody who tracks calories or maybe carbs, anything like that, you can do that here. This is a database meant for you to do that. And right here, you would just pick whatever you want to do, however you want to track your food. Then finally, this is the go-to grocery list and meal plan. So when I was creating this template and talking about making this easier for families, I thought about those times when you're really busy or you're out of town and you need to just have quick and easy meals ready to go for the week. Or let's just say you're on a trip and you have to go back on work on Monday. You're not coming in until Sunday afternoon and you do not have time to meal plan. This is a place where you're going to create a go-to meal plan. So this is going to be for the weeks when you are far too busy to plan to meal plan your food for the week. Right here, you're going to create a go-to grocery list. So here's your recipe box. Anything in this recipe box that you tag as a go-to meal. So this is that same recipe box I showed you. And in the drop-down room, we talked about the tags. If you tag it as a go-to meal, which means a meal that is going on a weekly meal plan that is just set, that I'll use anytime that I'm too busy to meal plan, you're going to tag it a go-to meal. As soon as you tag a go-to meal, it's going to appear here on this go-to grocery list and meal plan. Then go down here and grab these ingredients and copy and paste them into this grocery list over here. And that way, anytime this happens, you have a grocery list ready to go and ready-made. So that's it for your meal planner. Let's go to the shopping list hub. So the shopping list hub is meant for all of us who have just far too much to keep up with and to manage as far as things we buy. If you are the main buyer for your house, it is not easy to keep track with everything your family needs, and it's constantly, you're getting hit with what you need. So in this, I created multiple different shopping lists. The first one is going to be your main shopping list. This is repeated here and right here. This is just going to be a place where you're going to write down absolutely everything that you need to buy soon. So this is your main shopping list. This is your going to Target, and this is your main thing that you need to buy. The next one you're going to have right here is your monthly shopping list. So those would be things that they're not super urgent, but you need to buy them in the next month. And you can sort these by store. Okay. And you can sort them in a list view. So you can see either way. So if you want to enter in stores, this is a multi-select. You can pick the stores that you need. And you can kind of say, okay, I'm going to be in Whole Foods. And if Whole Foods is on your list, you can go in there and you'd be able to see that. I have automatically entered REI, Target, grocery, and I just listed some random stores in there, and you can obviously change that. So those appear here, and they also do appear here in a longer form, because if you need to add properties here, if you wanted to add what family member it's for, if you wanted to add a cost, if you wanted to add any other information, you can do that here in a long form and it won't be cut off. Then here is your one-day shopping list. So this is, to me, things that you're not going to run out and buy right now. These may be things you want in the future. So I entered in one right here, new entryway lighting. That is something that's not a priority, but it is something you'd like to buy in the next few, maybe months, maybe year. You can enter that here, and that way you can keep track of those things. Then here I did a wish list. So you can clip items using Notion Web Clipper to this wish list. This is your Second Brain wish list. And these could just be things that you want in the future. Next up, we're going to go to your perpetual shopping list, and I'm going to shoot you over to your perpetual shopping list hub. So your perpetual shopping lists are, again, like we talked about with groceries, these are going to be the things that you buy all the time. And so if you sort these into weekly, monthly, and quarterly, if you need them, and you don't have to use all three if you don't want to, you can sort out your shopping list depending on those weeks. So for instance, your weekly shopping list, if you have certain things you buy all the time. We talked about having a perpetual grocery list. You certainly can do that. Store groceries here, or you can store everything here. But let's just say every week you have to buy some sort of item in your house. You're going to put it on this shopping list, and that way you know that every week you need it. You do have a status here, so if for some reason you had it and you need it and have to buy it that week, you can include that status. Again, you can select a store. We loaded Amazon, grocery, and Target, and then you can sort it by store. Same thing for the monthly shopping list. So the things that you buy every month. So for instance, right here, large boxes of Andy's granola bars, get those off Amazon. We need 2, and the status is low stock. Goldfish, 1 large box of goldfish we have on hand. So if you're someone who shops more in a monthly sense, or maybe you have like one, you place 1 Amazon order a month, or you go to Target once a month, you can store everything you need here, and you also can track your statuses. Then I did a quarterly version. So if you're someone or these are items that you don't need all the time. So if dishwasher pods may last you several months depending on the size you buy. So you put those on here, put the store. Trash bags, another thing that you're unlikely buying monthly, you would be buying more quarterly. You can put any of those items here. You also can select the store, and here you can go by store and also by status. So you can look at the things you have on hand, the things that you don't have. So when you go back to your shopping list hub, you're going to see these lists. These do repeat because this is like a kind of a shortened version, and then these are longer, wider versions for you to see. And then down here, we also do have a link to your perpetual grocery list. And here we have a list to your perpetual household list, which we will go through in the home hub. You do have 2 more perpetual lists that live in other hubs, one being the grocery I already showed you, and one being the home. Next up, we go to your Goal and Vision Hub. So the Goal and Vision Hub is a place for you to really plan things that you want to accomplish, goals you have, and we talk about how to use those items. So here we have a little drop down to talk about how to use it, how to set goals, and what you need to do. And then here we have a little link. You'll see some links right here for YouTube. This is actually going to be a tutorial specific to this section that was filmed for my Ultimate Planner, because my Ultimate Planner is quite similar to this. So you can watch that for specific guidance about the Goal Hub, and you'll see those sometimes links to those repeated throughout the planner. The first thing we have is this same daily journal. You have in these journal pages tags, and if you tag anything manifestation or goals, it's going to appear here. This is your daily journal you've seen repeated throughout it, and we'll talk about that journal in a moment, but if you tag anything manifestation, it's going to appear here. Here you have your goal database. So if you have a goal right here, you can put the type of goal. So there's different ways you can do it. You can pick it if you want to do a quarterly goals, or you want to do monthly, or maybe this is a weekly goal. You can set that. You also can set a month that you want to complete that goal. Here you can write down the goal, the steps, kind of the impediments to that goal. And then goals without a plan are just a wish. So here you would put all the steps you need to take to accomplish that goal. And here's an inspiration hub. These you can clip things here using Notion Web Clipper, or if you just want to write notes, you can do that here. The manifestation and reflection journal, as I told you before, is just your daily journal with anything that is tagged as manifestation. And here is a little drop down of instructions about how to use a manifestation journal. And how to have things, how to plan out your goals and stuff using that practice. And then here, if you want to add a new manifestation goal entry or a new reflection goal entry, you can click on these here. So a manifestation entry is right here. Right here, and right here you can pick these are some templates that are automatically entered. So if you have a monthly reflection, a weekly review, or a daily reflection, you can enter those here, and then you're going to see these kind of tags. So if you want to tag anything as manifestation, it's going to appear here. Okay, and then if at any point you create something you don't mean to, maybe you click new, click these 3 buttons, hit delete, and it will go away. So here with this manifestation and goal, manifestation is you can just write anything you want to. I just put travel in here and it will enter it. And then here also you can do reflections. So if you do reflections here, you can click weekly review template. And this is going to kind of give you an outline of things that you can write about. So, and we do that for weekly, monthly, and more. Next up, we're going to go to your vision board. Here you can just import using photographs. You can write text. You can put quotes. You can put whatever you want to. As you scroll through here, you'll see all kinds of things you can use. But images, web bookmarks, videos are going to be something you're going to kind of see through here that you would be able to use. And next up's your goal planner. So as we talked again about your goal database, your goal task list. And here you can actually list out your goals. Right here I included space for yearly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals. And then you're also going to have that same inspiration and this same goal task list. And then your inspiration hub does have its own page if you want to use it that way. Next up, we go to productivity. This productivity is really going to hold just these 4 things. So it holds your brain download, your task list, your notes, and your habit tracker. Here you can do a little drop down, tells you how to use everything. We've already talked about these, particularly your brain download and your task list. The notes section, briefly mentioned, this is just going to be a section for you to add notes, and your habit tracker. So when we go to your habit tracker, we are going to you're going to see a button here, and this button says add weekly habits. You're going to want to click this little gear, and here you're going to want to add your weekly habits that you want to add. So if it is drink water, I have meditate for 10 minutes, write 20 minutes a day, call mom every day, you're going to want to add these. And what you're doing is you're adding a page to the Second Brain Habit Tracker, this database right here. And so when you click that, you're going to see that those weekly habits are going to appear here, and you can check them off. If you want to have this go further, if you want this to be more of a monthly tracker, then all you would need to do is change these to maybe be numbers for each day of the week, each day of the month, but you can edit this and use this however you want. Next, let's go to your content hub. So the content hub right here is its own directions too, and this is going to be a tutorial specific to this hub. But the Second Brain content database is going to be basically everything that you want to read, absorb, listen to, or watch. And so you can click on these. So this is a show. You can put the cover art, you can write notes, you can create lists of the episodes, you can check them, you can rate it, you can put a link, and you can update. I've read it, I've listened to it, I've watched it. And that's going to repeat over and over here. Again, this can also be a place where you tag articles. So using Notion Web Clipper, you can click on it, you can pin basically an article here to this database. All you have to do is download the Notion Web Clipper extension and make sure you're pinning it to Second Brain Content Database, or if you change the name of this to whatever the name of that is. And here it's actually going to give you the whole article. So when you're sitting in the doctor's office and you don't have anything to do, you can go into this area and read the things you wanted to read. Then we're going to have that same database is going to appear here, which we're going to have this filtered to just show podcasts. And it will be podcasts that all the podcasts you to listen to, or podcasts you've listened to. That's going to repeat here with shows. It'll be sorted by all shows, shows to watch, and shows you've watched. Same for movies and same for content. Books are handled a little bit differently. You can absolutely put books into this template here and into this database and not use this, but this was something I created specifically for books. And if you have children, it's a great thing to duplicate these databases for books. So let me show you how this works. Go to My Bookshelf and Reading Journal. And in here, you're going to have the same thing. So you're going to have a database that is going to be just geared towards books. So if you ever want to see your database title, let's go here, show database title, which is the Second Brain Bookshelf. That's going to be the name of this one. And here again is where you can change those card sizes. You can show the content or whatever you want to do. And these are going to be books within your bookshelf that you have marked as currently reading. So how you do that is let's click on this book, and right here you see the status is currently reading. So you have to be read, unfinished, currently reading, completed. This is going to be anything right here that you have marked as currently reading. So you'll see that header, and then right here, the same thing with the gear, it's going to be adding a page to here. Okay. Then we have the to be read shelf. So this is going to be that same bookshelf database. However, this is filtered just for items that are marked as a status to be read. And I put a little Pomodoro timer right here. That is a 25-minute timer. Then you're going to have the same thing here. We have those books listed. And then here we're going to have books that you mark as your favorite. So when you go in here to fiction, you'll see, to any of the books, you'll see this little checkbox that says favorite. If you check a favorite, it's going to appear here. Sorry, click that off. And then here you're going to be able to kind of do similar thing. You'll see a list. This is just your whole bookshelf right here. These are not filtered. Books you have read and books that are books in a series. You'll be able to select that here. Down here you'll see a property called series, and if you add a series, if it's marked as a series, it will appear here. Now let's go to the Financial Hub. So the Financial Hub is going to be kind of an overview on this dashboard of your finances. So here you're going to do your monthly finances. Here's where you're going to list bills, income, paychecks, anything like that. You're going to put those here. And here you can filter it for the next 30 days or the next 90 days. And this is going to be automatically filtered for this calendar month. Here you can add a new paycheck or a new expense. This is going to add an income type of salary to the Second Brain monthly finances. So it's actually going to appear here. And you can add a new expense very easily. Click this button and it'll add a new expense for you. Okay. Now, if you click down here, you'll see expense type, and you can put this tuition, clothing, maybe you invested in your retirement, maybe it's just a bill, maybe you're paying on debt, maybe it's insurance, maybe it's a travel expense, anything like that. Okay. Then right here, you're going to have a savings account. This is your account overview. We have a savings tracker here. Your account overview is going to be any place you can list accounts. So you're going to put the account name. Do not put your whole account number, obviously. Just put maybe some kind of identifier, or you can write anything you want to here, the kind it is, when it was last updated, and the current balance. And also you can put the bank that holds it. Again, here with savings trackers, you can do the same thing. We listed a couple mock accounts here. And then here's your monthly budget. This is where you're going to create your grocery budget. The expense type is food. The budget allotted to is $500, but you spent $650. And here you'll be able to kind of see where you're going over and under budget. Your financial habit tracker can go here. That's going to function just like your other habits. You will be able to pick weekly habits, monthly habits, all your habits. For instance, if you have a daily habit of I'm trying to skip lattes every day this week, you can enter that in. Here's your financial goals. So if you scroll over, this is a little bit wider than this is appearing right here, but you want to say $500 for an espresso machine. Your financial goal is $500. Your current progress is you have $150, and what's your steps to meet your goal? And here we have income tracker. So this is actually going to be your Second Brain monthly finances database that we saw at the top, but this is just going to list income, and this is going to be the same thing here, only listing expenses. So this is just going to show anything that's marked as an expense, and this will show anything marked as income. Next, we have debt tracker. So right here, we listed a mortgage. So you could put your mortgage, what you owe on it, your current payment, and your due date. If you have anything like that you're trying to pay off, maybe a debt, maybe a car payment, something like that, you could list those here. And here are business expenses. If you own your own business or you have a side hustle in which you need to track business expenses, you will do that here. And all of these have their own dedicated pages that they live on. The only thing that does not appear on this dashboard is going to be here, which is your project savings. If you have a specific project that you are saving money for, let's say you're doing a kitchen renovation, or you're trying to buy a car or something like that, you can actually duplicate this page for each individual project you have, and you would just change this title right here to be whatever the project is, and you can kind of track how you're progressing on that. Next up, we're going to go to your wellness planner. This is one of my favorite hubs in this planner. If you do a drop down here, you will see a specific tutorial on how to do that. And then it just kind of gives you everything you need to do to track your wellness. Okay. So as we drop this down, we have an error that will be fixed, but here we go. So the first thing you'll see, and this will be, let's drag this out of this drop down. For some reason, this is appearing in the drop down. We'll show you how to troubleshoot your Notion template right here. For some reason, those items got entered into this toggle tab, as you'll see. I'm going to show you, this is a perfect time to show you how to fix it. So you see how like it's popping down in this toggle? It's not supposed to be there. The great thing that you can do with Notion is you can just grab these little 6 dots and you can kind of fix whatever you want to. And you're mainly going to do that through dragging. So our wellness tracker got dragged into there, which was kind of a happy accident. And we are going, oh, well, now we're off the page. Here we go. So we're going to take, and see here, this was this giant picture that was up there just for pretty, just to be pretty. And you see how it kind of made it huge. So this is a good example of how to fix your Notion template. So if you ever want to create columns like that, we have these 6 buttons in these. You just drag it to the right or to the left of whatever you're trying to do. And then you resize columns like this. So you just kind of use that line and then you can drag stuff around and reorganize it. So happy accident that this happened. So now we can talk about how to set things up. These little clocks right here are widgets. And so you can use that, and once you have your column set up, you can just kind of drag things around as you want to. So while that was not supposed to be that way, we fixed it and we taught everybody how to fix it. So little toggle right here you have that is going to tell you and give you a link specifically to how to use this journal and how to use this wellness hub. Again, if you see little 6 dots like this and nothing is next to them, that's basically like just a blank space. And so just click on those and delete them. And that will happen throughout you. Someday you'll hit a plus sign and it will kind of get messed up and it will, it'll be weird and your spacing will be off. That's how easy it is to fix it. Okay, so now that we're fixed, we're in your wellness tracker. The wellness tracker is something we created to kind of keep up with wellness habits every day. And so I'm going to show you how to do this. So right here, you're going to hit add an item. And this is going to show up. So this is the wellness tracker template, which is actually blank in the body. But right here, it's going to automatically enter in today's date. And here you can pick a focus for your day. So if your focus today is maybe it's just work, or maybe you really want to focus on creative, family, vacation, rest, side hustle, whatever. So let's pick rest. Today's a day where we're just focusing on rest. And you can put your mood. So maybe you were overwhelmed. And let's just say that you slept well. And then here you can check off certain items that you want to do. So let's say we meditated, we exercised, we took our supplements, and we invested in self-care, but we didn't take the medication we were supposed to take. So you're going to click on that, and right here, all of that is going to show up. So, and if you ever want to, let's say later we go back and take those medications we didn't take, you just check it. Or you can uncheck and check these items from within this planner. Then let's say we go into the second, and we will put our focus maybe was creative. And we were really content today. And we slept okay. And then we exercised and we took our supplements, but that was really it. And so you click on this and you will be able to see for your month exactly what you did and how you spent your time and how you felt. And this is all completely customizable. You see right here, it says add a property. You can add any property you want to. If you want to modify these, you can do that very easily. You can create one just by typing it in here. So let's just say that for this time, you really needed to focus on administrative tasks. So let's just say you want to add admin. You saw it says create admin. You can hit enter, or you can just hit create admin, and you see how it created that right there. So that's all you need to do to change it. Also too, on these, you see how it says right here, wellness tracker template. You can change this to whatever you want to. So maybe you just want this to say day 1 because it was the first day of June. It's going to show up right here, day 1. If you want to name it something more fun, like writing day, like maybe you spent today writing, you can do that. You can name this however you want to. And then here you will see links to these little, to the other parts of your wellness hub that we'll go over. But that wellness tracker, that's what this is. This is the same thing that lives here. Here we go back to, this is the same thing with our daily journal. This journal is not filtered, so this is going to show anything in your daily journal. And up here you will see different entries that you can add. So if we go up here, it's going to add a page to the Second Brain Daily Journal, and it's going to label it a gratitude journal entry. That's really going to be the same for all of these. So let's just add a gratitude page. And right here, you will see some templates. So the brain download, the monthly reflection, the weekly review, or the daily reflect are going to show up here. You can create new templates for yourself if you want to. For instance, if you wanted to create a template for your gratitude journal, you could do that here. Or you can just do empty, or quite honestly, you can just start writing. Okay. And that's going to show up here. So again, if you don't want that, hit those 3 buttons and hit delete. Same thing here, daily reflection, weekly reflection, monthly reflection, and a brain download. You can do all those with these buttons. The next step we're going to show you is the exercise planner and log and the workout library. I'm going to go up here to show you these and their full page. So if you go to workout library, here, this is a database where you can pin your favorite workouts to this library. The beautiful thing about this is you could work out from anywhere. So this is a YouTube video from Yoga with Adriene that is a 5-minute total body stretch. Right here, you're going to be able to click and watch the video. And then you can import a photograph. For instance, I put a photograph here. You can do whatever you want to. You also can create your own workout. So if you go in here and you have a workout that you like to repeat over and over again, you can go in here and create it yourself. You can put pictures. You can do whatever you want to so that you have that workout wherever you are. Then let's go to the exercise planner and log. So right here, you're going to create anytime you intend to work out and anytime you do work out. So let's hit the little plus. And right here, we're going to put exercise planner. So the exercise planner is going to be really anything that you're planning to do. So if you want to plan your monthly workouts, you're going to right here, you're going to put your workout type. We entered in a ton of different ones: class, yoga, cardio, gym, training, HIIT, anything like that. Then the time allotted. This is a 75-minute workout. This is a 90-minute workout. We go anywhere, I think, from 20 minutes to, I think, 2 hours is as long as we go. But again, you can create different variables in here if you want to. And then the description, you can put a brief description. Then the great thing is you can write down whatever that workout is. And you can enter that into there. So this is our workout. This is our exercise planner for today. And then, and I want to show you another way to fix it. So right here, you see how this just says exercise planner. You can have properties that show up. So exercise time, time allotted, and description. If you do what I did, where I didn't enter in any of these, that's how it's going to appear. But if you want to go in and say, I want to do circuit training, and it's going to take me 50 minutes, and let's just put new program list. You can put anything you want to, because that is just going to be a text field. And then you're going to click off of it. You see how that shows up. So right here, you'll be able to do that. Now let's enter in an exercise log. So for today, let's say I go and actually do that workout. This is going to give me the exercise type. So let's say I did it. It was circuit. Let's say it actually only took me 45 minutes and it felt great. And you're going to click off of it. And there you go. You're going to be able to see your planner and your log. Did I do what I said I was going to do? And then that is just a great way to use this and to visually track how much you're working out. Again, if you need help with that, you can do a drop down here that will show you how to use it. So next up, let's go to the school year planner. So now we're kind of getting into the parent stuff, the specific parent parts of this. This is a school year planner. Right here, you're going to create your weekly schedule. This is actually just a table. So you are going to write in whatever your schedule is for the week. If someone has soccer practice on Tuesdays and Fridays, or you have other things, this is going to be your regular old weekly schedule, not specific to this week. This is just going to be what your average week looks like. Next is your master calendar. That's going to be the same calendar that is repeated all through your template. And here you can enter in it. It's just going to appear here. Here I created some little holders for you for academic calendars and important documents. Those school documents that you have to refer to all the time, all year long. You can just put them here. You'll always have access to them. Here is second, your school contacts. So this can be teachers, this can be administrators, those people who you will be reaching out to throughout the year. And again, here is your notes. This is going to be filtered to only show things that are marked school. So if it's marked school, it will appear here. Then let's talk about the back to school planner. So the back to school planner is really what you're going to use over the summer to get ready to go back to school. So here we have the back to school date, back to school shopping list. This is a specific shopping list that is just for back to school items. Summer assignment and reading list and a back to school to-do list are going to go here. This school planner, you can adjust this and use this however you need to throughout the year. If you want to put your kids' reading logs here, you can do that. You can add those. You can do whatever you want to. We're going to start wrapping up here. Next up is the home planner. The home planner is something created to help create organization within our homes. And one thing we put here was a home inventory. We have homes and often we have owned tons of things. We don't know exactly what we own. Here is a good time and a good place if you have the time to sit down. What actually do we own? What's in our home? It's a good thing to have for insurance purposes. And you can do that here if you choose to. Next up, just like we had those other perpetual shopping lists, this is going to be the shopping list for home supplies. Again, I have dishwasher tabs. This is a specific shopping list. So these are not going to appear on your monthly shopping list. These are not going to appear on your perpetual shopping lists. So if you click here on table, apologize. If you click here, you could change this and you could change however it appears. You can filter it however you want to. Also, if you wanted to just add a link to your monthly shopping list, you can do that here too as well. Next up, we have the Second Brain service providers. This will be the tree guy, the wallpaper hanger, anybody like that you need. You can keep their names here. Next up, there's a free space here for embedding manuals and important documents. This here for links. And this here is a home inspiration and mood board. If you're doing some home decor or some renovations, you can store those items here. Also included in your home planner is a cleaning tracker. This cleaning tracker entertains that about 5 days a week you'll be doing cleaning tasks. You can delete these if you don't clean that many days a week, or maybe only clean 2 or something like that. You can basically break down your cleaning tasks. So here you're going to link your this is going to be your cleaning task checklist. You're going to, anything that you mark as daily will appear here. Anything that you mark weekly here, and you get the point, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, and yearly. This is all one database that is just filtered to only show the items that are marked by this frequency. So, for instance, with yearly, we have pressure washing. Biannually, we have cleaning the blinds. Quarterly, we have changing air filters. Sweeping the garage monthly, cleaning out the refrigerator bi-weekly, we clean the shower weekly, we wash dishes every day. Then here, this is going to be this same database, but it's going to show everything. So a great way to start using this is to actually go down here and enter in all of your cleaning tasks and set a frequency, and then they'll load up here. So you'll very easily be able to look and say, that it's a daily cleaning task I'm going to know that I'm going to do all of these items every day. These are weekly, and then you could plug those in here. We did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and weekend. You can obviously change those. Just back it out and type whatever you want. Then we have the home project planner. So anytime you have a home project, you just come in here and you can list them. So whatever your home project is, you just list them right here. You can put a time frame, you can put the cost, you can put notes, and then here you can list large home projects. I kind of differentiated home projects. This could be something minor, this could be something small, this could be decluttering a closet, whereas this is going to be a large scale project. And here, if you click on the project page template, you will see that it actually breaks down large projects. So you can click the status of it, the project, that can be the room. I just basically listed rooms. And then here you can put the type. You can describe your project here. You can put the shopping list, the to-do list. You also up here, you could add a property and put estimate dollar value. You could tie this to your project savings plan, anything like that. And here you can sort it by project. So that's actually going to sort it by the room. And then you can do it by gallery too. And then the final is a decluttering planner. So I am a huge declutterer and own a company called Minimalish about decluttering. And here, actually break down how to use and how to do a declutter of your home. Here I talk about a 30-minute declutter, kind of how to do a quick decision clutter in your home, and how to do a deep declutter. So if you want to declutter, this right here will help you get that done. Next up, we're going to go to the travel planner. The travel planner is again, going to feature your calendars. You can set your trips. Right here, you can put travel inspiration and travel goods. Here we create your travel bucket list. So you can put just right here, freeform, right, your domestic and international wish list, your travel planner when you plan on taking these trips, and put your inspiration there. Then within this, you can go to your trip planner. So you would actually duplicate this trip planner for every trip that you have coming up. Here we did a mock trip to London. As you see here, we talked about having weird spacing. We have a weird spacing issue right there. We fixed that. You can put hotel options, places to eat. Then here you can plan out your itinerary, flight and hotel, packing lists, and you can name your trip here, and this can be your inspiration board. Next up, we have a packing list. So this can be a universal packing list, everything you pack every time, and a trip specific packing list. And then here we have a family packing list. If you're the one who has to pack an entire family for a trip, it's a bit intense. Next up, we have the summer planner. This summer planner just gives you a summer to-do list, a summer bucket list, your kids' reading list or your own reading list, summer ideas, fun things to do. Your master calendar is going to appear here. And then also we have a camp planner. So just a place to plan out your summer. Now finally we're landed at the index. This is the index that you can use to basically revisit anything we just talked about within your template. You can go in and click on those and they will appear here. So that is your second brain for moms, dads, or families, whichever one you purchased. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to reach out with any questions and don't hesitate to contact me. Bye.